A few days ago, I had a really nice lady call in inquiring about some investment property that I have listed for sale. And during that course of that conversation, I indicated that, hey, this place has a pretty nice return on it. It has about a 5.7 cap rate. And she goes, I'm not interested in any of that stuff. All I'm interested in is the income, expenses, and what the rents are. And I sort of chuckled to myself, got her that information, but it made me realize that a lot of people really don't understand what a cap rate is. And by the way, neither do a lot of realtors. So one really easy way to understand what a cap rate is it's simply the return on the property you would receive as if you paid cash for it. So for instance, if we use very simple math, I got $1 million property with a 5% cap rate. That means that on that property, you'll get $50,000 a year in income, net income, after you pay all the expenses. That would be taxes, insurance, repairs, vacancy, maintenance, all those things. Basically everything except debt service or interest and on a loan. And 5%, is pretty typical. 5 to 6%, somewhere in there. It's a pretty typical return. I said, well, are you looking for cash flow? And this is another thing that people have completely different definitions for. And she said, well, yeah. And her definition with cash flow would be extra money that she would get after paying all the expenses and debt. And I said, well, it's going to be hard to do that because on a property with 5% return using this hypothetical property, and if you're getting investment real estate loan, those loans are going to be around 7%, 7.5, something like that. And so if you were just to pay interest only, and you got $1 million loan, hypothetically, then you'd have $70,000 of just interest expense. And you're getting $50,000 in income. So there's a $20,000 difference or negative cash flow. And the one way, well, there's a number of different ways to make money in real estate, but almost all of them involve holding it for the long term. And what happens in a real estate, and this has been historically true, that rents and values tend to double every 7 to 10 years. So over a 10-year period of time, this $1 million property will become worth $2 million, and the $50,000 in income you get will now be $100,000. And if you have a loan on it, your debt remains pretty constant. Your payment remains constant. That's why real estate is a really good hedge against inflation for another video. So understanding that premise and understanding how to quickly analyze a property on that cap rate or what the return is if you paid cash will help you quickly analyze any investment opportunity. Now, a little side note, if you don't believe me that values and rents double, just look back at the last place you lived, or if you're new to real estate, what your parents paid for a property, what it's worth now, and if it's in any sort of decent area anywhere in the country, that's exactly what has happened year after year after year. And it's almost hard to imagine that the properties you're looking at today, whatever price range, are going to be worth twice that amount in 7 to 10 years. And whatever rent you're paying today, or you have friends paying, it's almost inconceivable to think that pretty soon, 7 to 10 years, the rents are going to be double. It's crazy. But that's where you make money in the long term in real estate, and understanding what a cap rate is very important. If you have any more questions about investment real estate, don't hesitate to give me a call. I've been doing this for 42 years. Own investment real estate, own primary real estate, and myself or any of my full-time associates here at RE/MAX Advisors can all help you out. Have a great day.